So there's been a lot of hype surrounding the Moondrop space travel. When you go on YouTube and you probably see a video title with the best $25 true wireless buds, most of the time it's going to be the space travel. And of course, me being the IEM guy, naturally everyone has asked me the same question, which is, Kryn, what do you think about the space travel? Is it really the best $25 true wireless buds out on the market today? And now the cat is out of the bag. The fact that I'm even talking about it on the Hangout.audio YouTube channel means yes, I think it's great. It's Chronicle approved. But of course, the question now is, why is Chronicle approved? Kryn, why do you think that's actually good? Is it actually the best $25 true wireless buds on the market today? Yes. Let's talk about it. Yes, these are the Moondrop space travels, retailing at an MSRP of $25 US, which means that you could actually buy them for far less. First, let's just go through the build. The interesting thing about the space travel is that it comes in a rather unorthodox case. You can't really call it a case because there's really no lid on it. You literally just slide the buds in and take it out, and that's about it. The build is full plastic completely, which is completely understandable. Again, this is an ultra budget true wireless bud. When you do open up the retail packaging of a space travel, what you get is the space travel, some tips, and a charging case. That's it. And now let's just talk about the isolation that the space travel can provide. Interestingly enough, at $25 they've managed to put in an ANC module. For those of you who don't know, ANC just means active noise cancelling. It's the thing that allows a true wireless bud to cancel out more noise than it can passively. And what can I say? The ANC exists, I guess. Now, don't get me wrong, the existence of ANC is better than having none at all, but my ears are spoiled. I have the likes of the AirPods Pro 2, the Galaxy Buds, the Sonys, all of which are kings in the ANC department. But then again, I can completely understand. The space travel is, again, $25 US, literally almost 10% of the price of all of these kings. And of course, the battery life is not great. With the ANC on, you get about 4 hours, and without the ANC, about 5 hours. In total, maybe about 12 hours. This is of course far below the power that I would consider for the market, which is about 6 hours, but then again, a lot of the products, including the kings, tend to have battery lives around 5 hours anyways. The microphone quality is, well, for the price, actually not terrible. I've heard far worse microphones coming from, let's say, the bud style of true wireless buds as opposed to the stick style that is on the space travel as well as the AirPods Pros.
This is a microphone test for the Moondrop space travel in a quiet setting. This is a microphone test for the Moondrop space travel in a noisy setting.
And finally, it is rated at an IPX5 resistance rating. What that means that it is splash proof but not soak proof. So according to the manufacturer, you can conceivably use them out in light rain, maybe a shower, but please don't swim with them. Hey, Kryn from the future here. I just realized that I forgot to talk about latency. The space travel does sync fairly well with videos on your phone, for example, but if you do require that reduced latency, you can just tap the side 4 times and it will reduce to what Moondrop claims to be 55 milliseconds of latency. Beyond that, there's also the consideration of the voice assistant that is on the space travel. It is a little bit what I would consider to be weeby.
Disconnected.
So if you're someone who is bothered by this kind of things, just know that yes, you have a little girl whispering in your ears every time you press a button on your space travel. And that's it from me. Back to you, Old Chronicle. And now the part that you're probably all waiting for, the sound. Is it truly the best sounding $25 true wireless bud on the market today? And according to my own limited comparisons, yes, with some caveats. First of all, I have to do an apples to apples comparison. When I compare the space travel to its competitors, I have to make sure that all of them have kind of the same parameters, most obviously being the existence of ANC. Because at $25 MSRP at least, there is very little competition out there that actually has ANC. So I could throw examples like the Soundcore P20 or even the Soundpeats Clear, but those two buds don't have ANC, so they're kind of out of the running already. Now, in its original form, the space travel can be considered actually fairly bass light. It's, as the name implies, slightly referenced. It's actually one of the less bassy true wireless sets that I've heard so far, especially at $25 where almost everything seems to be boosted up to the bass considerably. So the Space Travel kind of takes an alternative route when it comes to the tuning. It's a lot more balanced and it's not going to knock your socks off when it comes to the bass for sure. The sound comes off as clear. It's almost normal. In fact, you look at the mid-range, it's actually tuned fairly close to the current meta of IEM tuning. It's also a little bit bright leaning, which is a little bit too intense for me, which is why I recommend users go to the Moondrop Link app, which I know has a bit of a terrible reputation. But if you do manage to use it properly, then I do recommend that you try out the bass head profile. It brings the balance a bit closer to what you expect out of a kind of cheap true wireless bud. It's still fairly balanced. Again, there's still quite a lot of treble that can balance out that low end response very, very well. And especially if you're using it outdoors where you have a lot of the environmental noise that the admittedly very weak ANC cannot cancel out. And that's of course where you require the additional bass response to overpower the environmental noise. And of course, Moondrop being Moondrop, they are truly masters at their craft. The Space Travel is the best, if not one of the best $25 true wireless buds on the market today. I agree with the hype. So I've talked about the shoulds, why you should consider buying a Space Travel quite a lot. First of all, it's one of the very few true wireless buds on the market today at $25 that comes with ANC. The mic quality is also alright. You're not going to expect a lot out of a $25 set, but they've truly exceeded my expectations on this aspect. And of course, the sound is really good, really balanced, a bit bright leaning, but you can also adjust the bass levels using the Moondrop Link app. And of course, now we have to talk about the reasons why you shouldn't consider the Space Travel, though all of the reasons why you shouldn't buy one are all ignoring the fact that it is $25. First of all, the fit is fairly shallow, so you have someone who prefers a much more secure, deeper fit. Well, this is kind of a butt style configuration, not for you. ANC is, again, weak. It's just barely there, but it's still better than nothing. The storage solution of the Space Travel can be a bit iffy owing to the lack of lid, but it is magnetically secured, so it's a bit hard to just shake it out of the case. And finally, the battery life, which comes in at around 4 hours with the ANC on, which can be a bit annoying, especially on longer flights. But really the whole reason why you even consider selling the Space Travel on Hangout.audio is, yes, it's just amazing value. It's 25 bucks. Literally, like, you would go on AliExpress and you would find the cheapest true wireless buds ever. It doesn't even come with ANC, it's terrible sound quality, and the build quality will probably last you like a week tops. The Space Travel, on the other hand, has truly made its mark on the true wireless world. It has redefined what you should expect out of 25 bucks. But hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Why not try it out for yourself at The Hangout? We're located at 29B Moss Street, level 3, and don't listen to Old Chronicle, we have moved. Now we are located at 200 South Bridge Road in Chinatown on the ground floor. So you can come to our new location, grab a cup of coffee or even a cup of ice cream, try it out for yourself, and then form your own opinions. Just want to make this small change clear here, so back to you, Old Chronicle. Alternatively, as someone who's not privileged enough to be in audio mecca, then why not just come down to Hangout.audio, our online retail store. We of course ship globally, and if your order exceeds $30, then we ship to you with free shipping. Conditions apply. This is Chronicle for Hangout.audio, and remember kids, if it's not on the list, it doesn't exist. See you next week.